Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am coming to you with a interview. Yes, Auntie landed an interview with Jesse Meester, but it's not the interview that you're expecting. Last night, as we all watched the 90-Day Fiance tell-all episode, I was elated and excited about what would be revealed on the show. I wanted to see Larry Leachon and Scary Paul and Crazy Jenny. But I was left hurt, confused, broken, and angry. This video is not a video like all the other ones that I do where we sit out here and kiki and all that. This is an interview that I'm going to be doing with Jesse Meester. Yesterday, as we saw on the show, Jesse appeared to be a lot of things. And Auntie was extremely concerned about what she had saw on the screen. And so I reached out to Jesse. Not as a fan, not as a wannabe fan, but as a woman who has experienced hurt and abuse in life. I thought that some of the things that I saw from Jesse felt and sounded familiar. And so I reached out to him based on my concerns. I didn't like it. And I wanted to give Jesse an opportunity to explain himself. To let Auntie and the viewers know, what was it that we saw? Was it what we thought it was? Was it abuse? Is Darcey abused? I know that I have not been ride or die for Darcey. But one thing that I am not ride or die for is abuse. Whether it be physical, emotional, mental. Auntie don't go for that. And so you're going to be seeing my one-on-one interview with Jesse as we discuss 90-Day Fiance Tell All, Darcey and Jesse. Jesse's side.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? Having one, it just would be nice. 'Cause everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? So welcome to Auntie's Advice.
Okay. Hello, my nieces and nephews, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And to all of my nieces and nephews who've been with me from the long haul, thank you so much for being here. Today I am interviewing a very special guest. I have him on FaceTime, and I am going to turn him around and let him introduce himself to you. As you all know, we saw the tell-all last night, and I think that based on the emails that I received in my inbox, I think that a lot of you all are a little upset with this particular guest. His name is Jesse. So I'm going to turn it around. You all are familiar with Jesse and Darcey. I'm going to turn him around. Jesse? There's Jesse.
Awesome to be my favorite YouTuber, Auntie.
Yes,
awesome.
You're my favorite too, Jesse. So what I wanted to do was just give Jesse an opportunity to just kind of tell his story and explain what happened last night on the tell-all. Now, as you all know, Jesse is under a contract with TLC, so there's some things that I will not absolutely be asking Jesse. But I wanted to make sure that he was able to tell him his story in his own words. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. I know you all have questions, but this is me and my boo Jesse. Right, Jesse?
Exactly, Auntie. I love it. Awesome. You're gonna have fun. Clink, clink, clink.
Clink, 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 clink,
Yes.
clink. Okay, so I'm hoping that you all can see, Jesse. We've tried to focus the camera as much as possible. So, Jesse, my first question is, why did you agree to do this interview with your auntie?
Well, pretty much, I always wanted to do it with you, and you were messaging me this morning, and I was like, yeah, I think it's a great moment to do it. Also, because there's a lot of controversy about the episode or the tell-all, and I thought, like, you know, there needs to be a perspective broader than what you have seen on the tell-all, and I truly hope that the people that understand and know me at least a little bit, that I am far from controlling, abusive, or anything else that has been thrown at me for being angry in a moment where it's not really clear why I was angry. And trust me, you know me, then you need to do a lot of things to get me angry like that. So it was built up. It was a lot that got into it, and I am sorry if some of you got offended by that. I really am, but I also ask you to look further than what you have seen, because I don't just get angry for nothing, and you know, things get edited in a way where it shows, and I'm not going to call anyone out, nor TLC, nor Darcey, but you know, things were in favor of her, in a sense where I took ownership of my mistakes. Like, you know, I'm a man. I made a mistake. I say, all right, I called you bitch 2 times in an argument. I'm really sorry about that, and was already discussed. Was 2 times in 1 year that happened. Not okay. I'm totally against it. You never use names against your spouse or partner. So I took my ownership from that. But what I didn't see in my partner was any ownership from her end for anything else. Because if I take ownership and I take a mistake, like, you can't go on social media, obviously, and say those things about other women, bitches, this, fuck all the other bitches. We all know that. But once again, I'm not here to point at anyone, but I do want to put it in a broader perspective. As far as that, you guys be careful with what you use in terms of domestic abuse, because that's really rough. And I want you to know that Darcey and I both did volunteering for domestic abuse. And Darcey did that a few weeks ago with her daughters in the U.S.
Okay, let me cut you off. Let me cut, Jesse. Let me cut.
My mind. Yeah.
Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna cut you off. Okay, so Jesse, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about domestic abuse, and have you ever encountered this, or have you ever done anything to advocate against domestic abuse?
I have advocated with a lot of volunteers in my country against it. As you know, I have a practice where I do therapy with several clients who are in these situations as well. So I know a lot about it, and it's very rough. You know, Auntie, you know all about it. You've been through it. Because a lot of women that I see in my practice, they don't know, they want to get out, but they don't know how. It's like a sort of compulsion that they are closed in between doors and they don't know how to get out. And it goes very deep, and I feel that people would throw those words very randomly when one is dominant or controlling, or when one is angry or says a bitch once a year, I think that's very wrong. And then you don't understand what it is, and then you shouldn't really talk about it either, because you make false accusations, and it really hurts people, and it disgusts me as well, because Darcey did a volunteering event with her daughters in the U.S. against domestic abuse, and we talked about it and everything, and that was a great event, and I do that every week here with my clients, and the volunteering I do. So it disgusted me that there were people seeing that as if she was hinting. Like, people seek something in everything, and they are so caught up in something they witness or see, or they want to create a reality that is not.
But do you understand?
It's not it disgusts me as well, because there are people who are genuinely suffering from this, and when there are people here who are doing things about it, I think it's very disrespectful to throw words when you know nothing about it.
But Jesse, you do understand that your auntie, as well as other women, have suffered at the hands of their abusers. So you mentioned earlier that the editing may have been edited in such a way that it did look abusive. What do you say to those women who cannot get past the editing, do not understand that TV is edited, that reality TV is not always reality TV?
I hope they understand that themselves, and if they don't, I'm just really sorry for them.
Okay.
And I'm just keep doing my thing, whether you celebrate me or not, or hate me. I would feel very sorry, because I'm genuinely a man who stands for what he says and loves his girlfriend deeply, and I have been there. I've been there for her since day one, and I've been very receptive. And yes, in every relationship we have problems, and there is anger involved, and it's not okay to use words or names against each other. And as you can see, and gladly they didn't edit that out, I took ownership for saying that twice in a very strong argument we had, and where I was referring to a bitchy attitude. But that's not an appropriate way to let her know that I don't agree with something. But what's the thing here? When you take ownership of things you do or you do wrong, I think that's vulnerability, and vulnerability is strength. But when you choose to lie, or when you choose to say, "Oh, I'm not doing anything wrong," or accusing me of things, or creating a reality that's just wrong. And then for me to call you out, and that's not being seen on the tell-all, because that's what made me angry. It says poor connection. Can you still see me?
Yes, I can still see you.
Oh, okay, so now that's because that was edited out. You see me all angry, and but when you see that, you're not really understanding. Whoa, Jesse, you're such a calm guy. How did you get so angry? Well, there's a lot of I think this was one of the first times in years that I've been so angry, that I've been steaming, because I was sitting there listening to, you have to understand, things that were not true. And so you're sitting there and you're just I have to, you want to be respectful, you don't want to disrespect your girl in any way, but you also want to put out the bullshit, and I beep that out bullshit beep. So you didn't. Some people were thinking that I said bitch. No.
No, we knew you said no. We knew you said BS. We knew you said BS. But let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Why do you?
No,
We knew what you said. But let me ask you a question. Why do you believe that Darcey took that opportunity to lie at a tell-all? Why would she, being your girlfriend, take that opportunity to throw you under a bus in that way and to lie and not cover you as a woman?
True, and that is something that I'm still discussing with her, and we're working on that, and like it's a very sensitive subject because what was being shown again was the moment where the alcohol thing happened, and it's just a very sensitive subject, and I want to be very, very careful with what I say.
Absolutely. I expect that.
I think you understand.
I do. I understand that.
You want to know? I do. Yeah, exactly. And I think I appreciate that. And I do think that people know that it's not just about a glass of wine. Because if you looked, I like my clean, and I like my.
He said he likes his clean.
Exactly. So it's just like it's not bad, guys. And when you see me like, I don't want you to ever drink again. Like there's things happening before that, and you only see one moment, but it's like already like another time where it happened, and I'm like, So once again, I don't want to call Darcey out. I just want to work on things with her, and I want to get to a higher level. But to get to that higher level, we do need to acknowledge some things, and we can't deny everything. And once again, vulnerability is strength, and I want to grow with her. I truly love her. People who doubt that, absolutely wrong. I really care for her. Yes, we are very different from each other, but the people who follow me on Instagram have seen, the love and the bond we share. And also, if the short moments you've seen on TV, there is passion there, and that would have not been there if that is just not real.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just being me, and that's what you will always get. So, a beautiful quote from Kurt Cobain. I shared it on my Instagram today. I'd rather be hated for who I am than liked for what I'm not.
That is the damn truth right there. So, okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions and then I'm going to let you go. All right. So, Darcey, let me ask you a question. What are 3 misconceptions that people have about Jessie?
Oh, you got to tell me because there probably are a lot of misconceptions. So.
Okay, well, let's phrase the question. What are 3 things about you that you would like to...
Like, once again, it's not just about a glass of wine, guys. There's more to the story. It's not just, I don't say such a thing just for nothing. Like, no, it's me making clear, all right, this happened again and again. If you want, I don't want to keep up with that. Like, it's either you stop it or I'm done. And I think that's very clear and very adamant on the beginning of a relationship where you have your principles and you make very clear what is not acceptable for you. And then both can decide, all right, that's the path I want to go, and that's the path I want to go.
But Darcey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you have already talked to Darcey about the drinking, and it appears that she continues to drink, last night on the tell-all, she kind of flippantly tossed it away as I was with my sister and I just had a glass of wine. So she flipped it off as if you had over-exaggerated her drinking wine. Can you clear that up?
And that's just a little bit of the frustration, anger, if you will, I get, because that's just not true. And then I'm in a position where I'm like, A, I don't want to call her out too much, but B, I can't be living in a lie, you know? Like,
yes, that's what you. That's what you meant by the.
Yeah.
That's what you meant by the BS.
I'm like, ew. Sorry, what did you say?
I said, so that's what you meant by the BS when you kept saying this is BS. And that's what you meant by the BS. What you meant was that there was a lot of underlying things going on. She knew it, you knew it, but she wanted to portray herself, you know, as, oh, it's just an innocent drink here and there. It's an occasional drink, and you're making a big deal out of it.
Exactly, and yeah, it's that, and you can hopefully imagine that frustrates me, but it also makes me very uncomfortable, because even saying this, like, you know, you also don't want to resolve in a fight or argument, or people saying, oh, why did you call her out like that? No, I don't want that, but I also, like, need to find a balance where I can live in reality and not in a lie, you know, where I am the victim of, like, that's just not workable. So that's why I said at some point, I stood up and I said, if you want this life with me, then be real, stop the bullshit, and let's go for it, you know? Then let's go. But we need to be real. We can't be living in a fake reality and say, oh, no, it was only this, it was only that. When you know damn well it's not, you know?
And you're right, Jesse, because that's what, yeah, and that's what made it, and that's what I'm hoping that you understand. That's what made viewers look at it as if, because she portrayed, quote unquote, the victim. And so when you stood up for a woman, when you stand up, as a viewer, you're looking at someone who's in a dominant position. So, and Darcey never reciprocated that. It was like you were at 1,000 and Darcey was at 100. So it made the viewers look at it and say, well, wow, he's standing up, he's cursing, he's out of control. And so that's why a lot of people saw it that way. And that's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to clear it up with the viewers so that we all understand. Let me tell you all something. The reason why I reached out to Jesse is because I did not believe that Jesse was that person. And if Jesse was that person, I wanted to make sure that I knew that Jesse was that person. You all know that I come out here week after week and do reviews on 90 Day Fiance. Jesse, among other people, are some of the people who have reached out to me. And if I am going to be talking to someone like Jesse, I want to talk to him and respect him. If I don't respect you, I will cut your ass off. And you all know that. And Jesse knows that. Clink, 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 clink. So he knows that. So
that's what I love about you, you know? Because you don't give a fuck. You just, like, you know, call everybody out, and like that's just like, you just tell it how it is, and I like that.
And I wanted to make sure that you, the viewers, got an opportunity to hear from Jesse. And we all know that there's a lot of editing that goes on, and Jesse is not going to bash TLC. I am not going to bash TLC, but I wanted to make sure that Jesse got the opportunity to speak his mind. Now, it's up to you whether or not you agree with it. You can say, you know what, Auntie, that's some BS. I don't believe it, Auntie. He's fooling you. Well, guess what? If Auntie being fooled, it'll be the first time in 52 years that somebody has fooled me. So let me just say this. Jesse is coming out here, Auntie is coming out here because we just want to get the record straight. I wanted to make sure that he had the opportunity to do that, and I appreciate you. In the comment section, be gentle, because you know if you say something that's off the coof, I will block your ass. So you can express your opinion, But don't be disrespectful when you express your opinion. This man is giving us his heart. He's telling us his heart. Now, the truth will come out in the pudding. I always say that. But I just wanted to make sure that you all got an opportunity to hear Jesse's side. There are, we all saw what happened last night. And I would not be sitting up here interviewing an abuser. As an abused woman, that's not what I would be doing. And if I thought for 1 minute that Jesse was an abusive man and that he abused women, he would not be on Auntie's goddamn phone. So Jesse, I just want to let you know publicly in front of everybody that I support you. And that...
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. You know, it warms my heart. And what I noticed, like the clients I have, you know, they obviously they follow the show, and they were obviously like seeing all like the stigmas and the hate, and they were actually commenting on like my Facebook page and saying like, you know, they're like victims themselves, just like you have been, and that I helped them and that I, you know, got them out of it, and you know. So it's really also this happened, but it also created a whole like real fan base that stood up for me, that said like, Jesse, we know you, and we know you're genuine, and we know you have a good heart, and we know you really love Darcey, but you are in a position where it's really hard to say like, okay, you don't want to call your girlfriend out too much, but you gotta be real, and you gotta be like finding a balance where you can both work on things, because I really love Darcey and I hope we can work things out. And
well, you know how I feel about, but you know how I feel about Darcey, right?
I know how you feel. Oh my God, yeah, I know. I've you know, seen the videos, and I know that very well. So you know, that's once again, I respect you, and I adore. I'm so happy to be on this, you know, with you, and maybe next time, who knows?
That's right. And when you come to DC, damn it, you better give me a phone call.
I'm coming at you.
So everybody, I thank you all so much for looking at this video. I'm going to let Jesse go because he's a busy man, okay? But I will chat with you all tonight. I will be out tonight at 9:30 sharp, and we will be going over the tell all. Have a great night. Say bye, Jesse.
Bye, guys. Cling, cling, cling.
Cling, 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 cling.
To all. All the best.
Bye-bye.